Hey, good evening, everybody. So we just start off with this. What's the point in winning games and winning championships if you're not winning at home? That's our thought. Be right back.
Hey, coach. Yes, you. You feeling burned out? Players not locked in? Parent drama wearing you down? Well, this is the place for you. The Coaches C.O.D.E podcast, where we help you lead with purpose, protect your peace, and build programs that last. So do me a favor, coach. Subscribe to this channel, hit that bell if you're on YouTube, and share this with another coach who's trying to do it the right way. Your journey just got a whole lot stronger. Welcome to the Coaches C.O.D.E podcast.
All right. So welcome to another episode of the Coaches C.O.D.E podcast. For those that rock with me, I appreciate you for coming in. Thank you. Sorry for the delay. When you're your own your own studio, running your own thing, things happen on the technical end, but that's okay. So for those that rock with me, man, I sure appreciate you and thank you for being here with me. And we got an interesting episode today. Interesting episode today. Nothing off the wall, nothing crazy, but it's still very interesting. I just came across a post that kind of just hit me a little bit, and it made a lot of sense. I'll definitely share it here in a second. But before we get rolling, what I would like to do is I would like to take a moment and make sure that we start off like we always do with our bound by purpose declaration. Okay. So it's right there on your screen. So take a look and go ahead and we're going to speak that together. Let's read together. It says, I am bound by purpose. I don't need to have it all figured out to be effective. I don't need to be flawless to be faithful. I don't need to be perfect to be honest. I lead others not because I've arrived, but because I've been through the fire and I chose to grow. I will live by the coach's code. I will coach with purpose. I will optimize team dynamics. I will drive success through well being. I will empower through modeling. I am not overwhelmed. I am on assignment. I was built for this. I am still becoming. And even in the becoming, I am enough. I will finish my assignment with joy. I will steward every moment and every life I touch. And when I fail, I will get back up through God's mercy. I am bound by purpose and I will lead like it. So definitely grateful for you all joining in with us. Another beautiful day here in the Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana area. So wherever you're watching from, we definitely appreciate you taking out the time. We do not take it for granted at all. And we're excited about another opportunity to share here with you with something. So we're going to go ahead and get our guest in here. My boy, my partner, turned it into my ride or die. It's my guy, man, Coach Justin Collins. He's just as solid as they come, man. We're excited to have him here, man. Let me go and be honest with the folks, man. Along with my technical difficulties, bro, I was waking up from a nap. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Look here, so man, we here, we ready to roll, man. How are you doing today, Doc? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Just like you just said, I tried to get me a good nap. It was off and on nap. Good naps when you straight sleeping for a couple hours. But yeah, I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. Hey, man, about to get ready for school here in a few weeks, man.
Bruh,
looking for another.
Man, look, I was at school all day today, all day. Meeting after meeting after
Reality
meeting.
is here.
Oh my
It's
God!
here.
Here we go.
It's here, man.
Go. Yeah,
it's
man.
Here, baby.
Here we go. Yeah, we in the trenches now. So, but it's cool, man. Definitely excited about another opportunity, man. And so we're gonna jump right in it, man. We got the title there at the bottom. If you notice, it says Coaching, Parenthood, and Balance: What Success Really Looks Like. And so I'm gonna read this, man. I saw this post I saw this post, man, and I think, matter of fact, I think my brother posted it. He reposted it, and so I went and looked at it. Kind of went down the line, looking at some of the, comments and things like that. And I'm just gonna read it, man. It says, if your job or business allows you to pick up your kids from school and be present at all their events, you've already made it in life. Let's read that again. That's heavy duty. If your job or business allows you to pick up your kids from school and be present at all their events, you've already made it in life. Now, specific for us coaches, I'm gonna start with you, bro. When I sent that to you, you know what I'm saying? What frame of thought did you go into when I sent that to you? And it's like, man, how did that strike you at that moment when you think about your career?
Man, I made a post today. I thought about it as far as in our profession. Well, I'll just speak, for both of us. I speak for myself. Our for me, it allow it my profession allows me to be at every event my son or daughter has, and that's a blessing. So when I was looking at that, I said, man, we don't have a job, man. We have a calling. We ain't really working. We on a different mission. So I looked at that, man. I thought about it because I done been in jobs. You would say, would you, when you ain't done till you finish, like you ain't finished until you, especially in delivering package and all that. You can't stop and say, hey, let me go to my son or daughter ceremony at school or whatever, or let me drop them off of practice real quick. So just blessed, man. When I seen that, I said, man, we're blessed to be in this field. So, and everybody can't say that. So that made me actually feel a little bit better about myself. You know what I'm saying? As far as what we decided to do. And on my situation was different, man. I kind of got into the business late, really running from it, trying to, make money. And then goes, you ain't in it for the money. And in this field,
I hate saying that, but
it's just not. It should be a little bit more, like as far as what we deal with, and police officers, firemen, a lot of other things. I feel like should get paid more. And this is teaching and coaching should get a little extra coins, but that's what I was chasing. And sometimes it's not about that. It's about what you call to do. And with that, what you call to do, you have more. I have been able to have more time with my kids involved in everything they do. I just got back from Conway, Arkansas with my son. He had a tournament. I was able to spend a weekend. And I mean, that's just those times right there are priceless. You can't get that back.
Get it back.
And if I was chasing a mighty dollar, maybe an oil field or that's what we doing. That's what we doing in our area. Guys, oil field or railroad. I might not be able to do that. And so, or whatever other profession. So I'm blessed to be able to say, in our field we can do that. We don't always get it right, but we do have opportunity to attend. And I seen you exercising and running with your son and doing things that you.
Lord have mercy.
Maybe not know what you want to do, but it's something you're able to do that because you're free right now, man. You got a summer, and so those moments there, man, they're priceless. You're never gonna get that time back. That's stuff that we gotta consider, man, when raising our kids, man. There's no time, your presence. Man, my brother sent me that one time. What's more important, your presence or your presence? And that was something real. And just being there is worth more than you buying whatever they want or whatever you think is, available for them. So it's a good thing for me, man. I just maybe over talk, but
no, it's good, man. It's
cool.
good.
Cool.
When you think about it, though, man. So you've been in Bossier Parish your whole time, and one of the things that was told to me, and when I came to Bossier Parish, is that the schedule is family friendly. You know what I'm saying? It's a family friendly schedule.
Yes,
but
sir.
you got to remember, I worked across the water. and
Yeah.
the schedule ain't as friendly. See what I'm saying? So
Right.
over here we got a school at 2:25. Over there they got school at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And so then we think about the people who we communicate with, the coaches we know in other school districts and everything. Some don't have practice during blocks. Some are on 7-period days. Some of them don't have practice after school. I remember getting out of practice at 6 o'clock and having to run and get my son out of daycare. You know what I'm saying? I remember the nights
Right.
where I couldn't get to him. We had to collaborate with my wife, to get him from daycare and then, get home. The schedule wasn't as family friendly, and that was why I left Caddo, and I left Southwood and came to Bossier. That was one of the things that people was like, man, why are you leaving? Type of deal. Like, man, I got my own child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that schedule over there in Bossier Parish helps me for my son to be with me on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I ain't the perfect person and I don't know everything, but I do know, like you said, your presence with a C is better than your presence with a T. And that's why I made the decision. So, so you didn't have to go through that. I went through it and I made a decision based on that at that time. And it wasn't the best basketball decision. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't talent running up and down, and it wasn't like I stepped into a program at that time that was on a high with talent and winning. I was like, no, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna build it. That was my attitude. You know what I'm saying? When I came over here, they got it set up, man, to where my son rode to school with me every morning, got off the bus, got up to call me, and then they had other kids and they had the teacher over there with them, and they would sit there and they would wait until their bus come and it would take them to school. And then
That's awesome.
and then when they got out of school, they would get back to us around 4. Now we out at 2:30. See what I'm saying? So I needed to stay afterwards, do some extra work, paperwork, scheduling, meetings, whatever. I could do all that stuff, and my son getting off the bus at 4 o'clock, and he ain't got to wait on me. We gone. We headed out. You see what I'm saying? And even if it was a game night, I still can go home with him. If he had a little homework or something, hang out or something. By the time his mama got off, I was headed back to the school to go to the game. So, so that's one of those things that, like you said, to be able to, look at the big picture and function at your job at a high level and still be present in our kids' life is something that we do take for granted, bro. We do take for granted. And sometimes I talk.
Yeah. How did that make you feel when you made?
Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this. I hate to cut you off. How did that make you feel? Like you made that decision. That decision was like, man, I'm still successful making this decision because I'm able to maybe balance both. And in the past, I wasn't able to balance of your career as well as your home life, or your fatherhood, I'm gonna call it husbandhood and all that, your familyhood. So and that's a challenging decision. I'm just saying, like with I know it took a lot of prayer and sitting back with the family, but that's what the people on the outside don't understand. Why man, why you do this? Well, this is
so man, it's one of those things. That's why okay, at the bottom it says what success really looks like. And so that comes from, like I said, my framework that I created, the Coaches Code, C.O.D.E. Like that's one of the things that come from it, man. It's not sacrificing the rest of my life for the sake of winning. It's winning at work and winning at home. It's a study we did at our church. I go to Elizabeth Baptist Church in Bend, and it's called Winning at Work and at Home. You know what I'm saying? And so it comes from being taught something different. Man, let's be honest, man. Let's dig a little bit. We got coaches who've won multiple state championships. They have impacted a lot of kids over the years, helped a lot of people out, sacrificed, man, but they've gotten divorces. And mind you, coach, that's something you know about. You know what I'm saying? Whether it had anything to do with this job, but I got to talk about that, man. Like they've gotten divorces. Some have died. Some have had heart attacks. You know what I'm saying? The kids have gotten older. The kids don't have a relationship with them. Because they mad at them because they was never around. You know what I'm saying? And even you go to the college level, man, you see some coach, they done made millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Got all this stuff mapped out, but they, like I said, no real relationship with their families. Like, man, it's, when you look at it, are you really winning? Everybody else can say, oh, he did all of these different things, but the people you created, your children, the wife that you had, always, well, I thank my wife for sacrificing. Thank my wife. Man, how many times we gonna say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it have to be that way? Because the bottom line is this. I don't care how good of a coach you think you are, what resource, whatever, you still gotta have some dogs on that doggone court. Period. And you can't outwork not having some talent. You can't outwork that. I know that personally. I've never been loaded. You know what I'm saying? We have gone as far as we could go. And I'm very, very proud of that because I was still present at home. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't perfect. I ain't do everything right. But while I was giving them everything I had as a coach, man, I was still coming home. And I'm teaching them, hey, fellas, go home. Spend some time with your family. You know what I'm saying? Especially the guys that have fathers. Hey, man, tell your pops you love them. They say that all the time, every day. Because everybody didn't have a dad at all the schools I worked at. And so I was like, man, if you got your pops at home, man, tell your pops you love them, man. Tell your pops you appreciate them going to work, taking care of things. And so, so with that, man, I feel like I have won in my 20 years. Now, watch this. I got a few more years left. You think I ain't still trying to get me a state championship? You doggone skip it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna change the steps.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change the steps though.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. Because I think when you're speaking about that situation is for even divorce. You know, even with my situation and that, I could have probably explained it more and tried to get the family to understand what my wife at the time, what my purpose was, what my mission was, and she was more about providing, helping provide and the steps I had to take. You was gonna have to take something's gonna have to it's gonna be some
Yeah.
subtractions. Like some stuff wasn't in the beginning because you sacrifice.
Right.
So I didn't probably explain it more. Explain it good enough and set it down, and that kind of hindered our relationship and kind of led us to go further away from each
Now
other.
I'm gonna interject this, but you don't know what you don't know. So I'm gonna show you grace on that. You don't know what you don't know now. So let me throw it in. Keep going. I gotta say that to you.
And it just and you just have to deal with it. I'll always. I even tell my guys now. I was married. And that's the ideal life. I mean, in my opinion, to have someone at home and have a wife and kids by that wife, have a family. That's ideal. But it's a whole lot easier, a whole lot better. But when it don't always work like that. So we had some trials and tribulations when we got separated, but you always want to be present in your child's life. I was always active. I was always there. And sometimes you had to take the higher road, even if you want to get your point across. Yeah, you're right. Because I done seen other, and it just, man, so in that aspect, I mean, I ain't just gonna sound hard. I failed at that. If you get divorced and married, when you married, you failed. It wasn't a successful marriage. But you still learn.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if the opportunity comes again, you know how to balance and you know how to communicate.
Yeah.
In my deal, communicate better. Like, look, this is what I'm doing. This is what this is why I'm doing it. This is what I think is. This is what a calling is to me. It was a calling to me because the way things happen. It's got and just the way I look at things. I didn't do an application. I wasn't looking for that. Man, it was like it was that's a calling when it just happens, in my opinion. So, and I could have, the way I'm explaining it now, I didn't explain it 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? because I was younger. I was
Right.
there, and like you said, what you don't know, you
That's
don't know,
right.
and that's the best thing about life, man. You just go through it, and those mistakes are things that you didn't get
That's
right.
right.
You sit back and you got to first admit it. Look at it, and figure it out, man. And say, man, look, I was wrong with this end. I was wrong here. I was wrong here, but I was right in these aspects, and we just gonna, correct those, those mistakes, and move on forward,
Right.
and just try to not let it happen twice, or teach the guys ahead of you or before you, not ahead of you, before you. Hey, this is what worked for me. This is what didn't work for me,
Absolutely.
and you got the choice.
Absolutely. But see,
You can take it, or it's what it
and that's
is.
it. And
But
so you got to think about it, man.
you gotta keep.
Absolutely. You're right. And so that's the thing, Jay, like, that's why people like Dave Bryant and Casey Jones and Errol Goff and Jeremiah Williams and Chris Bush and, Michael Coleman, all these guys, and Coach Charles Smith. I had access to all of these guys, Coach Todd Willis, all of these guys has been doing this for 25, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And you ask questions. And see, like just with me, man, I take off work and I go to somebody else's practice. See, I did that early on. I go visit others. I'd have been to your gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I do because, man, you're not, when it's all X's and O's, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You're gonna drive yourself nuts. And so when it come down to coaching,
Yeah,
and that's why you gotta define what success is for you, your program, and your life. And then when you have that, you see what I'm saying? Then your decisions come off of that.
yeah,
So as a coach, okay, basketball wise, we want to win state championships. I want to help kids get in school. I want to help
right.
prepare them for life. So now I got to go and say, okay, how do I do that? See, we don't do that in our personal lives. Hey, man, I want to be a present husband, a present father. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I'm involved in my church. I want to do that. Okay, so now I want to do that. How do I do it? You see what I'm saying? It's just like anything else. It's a
Right,
playbook. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like anything else. You got to have something in place, and then you got to ask questions. You got to probe, and you got to do that. And so I'm going to do my shameless plug on the show here. That's why I wrote the book, The Complete Coach. That's what it was birthed out of. I know you have a copy of it, man. And that's what it is. It tries to give
Yeah,
some structure and some organization to get people to make sure you're standing on what you really and truly believe in. Because the bottom line is I want to win, but I don't want to turn around and my son 21 years old and I don't know him. I done talked to coaches like that who told
yeah.
me, man, hey, man, coach,
I want to win in every
bro,
aspect.
that's what I'm saying. And that don't mean, remember, you don't lose, you learn. You know what I'm saying? If like you said before, you went through a divorce, and we don't know, man. That could be for the better. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know what God's will is for our lives. But then if you come back around and you
As of today, as of today, I think it was for the better. I mean, we are in good shape. We on a good space.
right,
So I mean, like if you looking back, it actually was for the
yeah,
better. I
yeah,
mean, you know, but anyway, I hate to say, but it was, man. And so, but and you just have to go through that. I hate it. It's just, and when I talk about your book,
mm,
man, that's a blueprint. Now, everybody ain't got to follow it. Man, everybody doesn't have a blueprint. And you know what? I don't think they're going to appreciate it. A lot of things we didn't appreciate to now, to later.
yeah,
And you know how they say, I hope they appreciate you till you're gone. And that sucks that it's like
right,
that. But I don't think it's going to be appreciated till later on down the line.
okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean? Like years from now, because in real time, I don't think we sit back and think about that, appreciate
yeah,
that stuff. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And you giving a tool something that you didn't
yeah,
have.
absolutely,
Okay, man, I had this, man. I just had to go look at that, look at now, watch and observe and get bits and pieces of each person and try to mirror that into my life. So I don't think the coaches are going to appreciate that until later.
yeah, yeah,
And the new coaches, and I'm still fairly new, and things I do, and I'm doing from what I just watched,
uh-huh,
and I'm gonna do it this way. see what they're trying to do. I see what they're doing. I'm gonna just sprinkle my little sauce in there and do it similar. I'm gonna do it this way, or I'm gonna use this tool that he didn't use, and just be able to manifest whatever I'm trying to do with this tool. You know, you'll be a fool if you ain't looking for looking at somebody else, and not saying you're copycatting or whatever the case may be. I mean, you just observing, man, and trying to become better. And the best way to become better at anything is, observing the people who've done it for a large amount of time.
You got to.
So
you got to, man.
If you're trying to accomplish anything, I mean, it's just how it is, man. I mean, if you look at all the athletes, for the most part, each athlete, and you don't really hear from coaches that much, verbally, but they say, I took this from this person. Kobe, I took a lot of what Michael Jordan did, or Michael Jordan said, I took a lot about what Dr. J did. And I watched this person, I watched that person. And I just took what they did and kind of, put a little bit of my own thing to it. And that's where we go.
I mean,
I heard Michael Jordan say, he watched Michael Thomas.
Is it Michael Thompson? No, I think it was David Thompson.
Yeah,
David Thompson.
David Thompson.
David Thompson.
And he was like, I didn't never know that. You know what I mean?
Thomas was athletic as crap, boy.
For real. And I like to look at documentaries, and I like to see who inspired who, or what made them want to do this or that. And and you see that in a lot of athletes, man. But very seldom do I hear many coaches say, unless they work under a person, they work under a person. But versus looking over here at let's say, I look at Kevin Sampson. I don't really hear other coaches saying, "Hey, I took this from Kevin Sampson," or whatever. But they probably do it. It's just not as much, in my opinion, verbalized or spoken about. So I just think we got to do a better job of doing that. Because we all learn from each other, man. And in all type of ways. So we all different, man. We all got different lifestyles. We all do stuff differently. And that's just how it is, man. Because I'm not really like active member in the church like you are, but I go to church, but I'm not very active like that.
And that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? We all different, but hey, it's no measurement on that. Like I said, I mean, me, I just so happen to be a preacher's kid. I grew up, playing drums, playing the piano, just always involved in things. That's how I came up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what I would do if I wasn't, because that's what I've always done. Now, mind you, I could throw this in too. I was a hellion doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was grown before I took it serious. You know what I'm saying? And even to this point now, I could take it a little more serious than what I have. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, there are a lot of things, when it comes down to specifically dealing with the message of Christ, man, for us to be involved and to live that life out, first off at home, and then, then taking it to work around the kids that we're around. And so, like, for me, I got a unique situation. I'm not in public school anymore. I'm in private school, and it's a Christian academy. So there, I get to live that out, and I get to, talk about my faith in Christ and stuff openly, because that's what we do at the Christian academy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's changing for me, man. But I think it's very important, because, like I said, it's just one of those things that I just wanted to bring to light for coaches. Let's talk to our coaches. If you have a family coach, you need to plan your life, your coaching schedule, as best as you can around your family life. Okay? You don't want coaches. You don't want to mess around and say, well, I won 2-3 state championships. help such and such get in school and that's great. But your own children, you don't know them.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted. That you don't know them. They yours. You feed them. You make sure they got clothes. You go to work, all that stuff there. Because the old school mentality for men especially is we go to work, we pay the bills. But then I'm learning now more because of the church I go to, with the studies we've done, that man, the male presence, and being intentional about setting the boundaries in the home, and being the example of what work ethic is and things like that, man. Like I said, bro, I'm not the guru at that. I'm not the perfection. This is a conversation that we throwing out. We want to encourage, man, because you don't. And the other thing I've said before is coaches, we're taught to work out of scarcity, meaning there's never enough money. There's never enough resources. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to your talent, your kids, it's never enough. And we are taught that we always have to work, out of those situations where there's scarcity. But what that winds up doing is it burns us out, and it gives our family what's left of us instead of giving our families what's the best part of us. What we're trying to do is, with this conversation, is get us to consciously think about, I want to give my best at home and my best at work. And that requires a cutoff point. That grind mentality and all that stuff, I'm telling you right now, that was made so popular. It sounds so good, but it's worked smarter, not harder. We got to maximize, like as coaches. Here go another thing I'm going to throw it too. Let's talk about sports. Why would I go do 100 different drills when all I really need is about 10? If I perfect 10 drills while you just doing 100 of them, me perfecting my 10 go beat you going over your 100 because I'm getting better at something.
Yeah, I get you.
You see what I'm saying?
Man, and I think a lot of that stuff for sure. I'm just gonna be honest,
bruh.
We're gonna make it complicated now. We're gonna keep it simple. How they say kiss.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. Let's keep it.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong right here when I watch your team. Tell me if I'm wrong. One of your go-to plays this year, when it was get a little rowdy. Get a little rowdy. Not this year. Let's go to state championship year. When it got a little rowdy, I don't know if you called it flex, but you showed enough had a flex cut. You have a pop-up, slot to slot, hit that slot, man steps down the block, boom, backdoor cut. Y'all run that 2 or 3 times to get you a backdoor, or Taj would get him a good drive, mid-range pull up in the paint. Am I wrong? Am I saying it right?
Simple as
Bruh, I saw you do that when it got chaotic. You went to flex, and doggone Taj was gonna make a play. Yeah. You was gonna get a backdoor. I forgot your kid with the left hand, the one that was real physical. I like him. He went to Bipsy for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll get him a good drive with that left hand down there. Like, you see what I'm saying? You kept it simple for your guys, and you had a go-to when it was chaotic. So while you went over here, while somebody else working on 50 plays, you said, no, we're going to get this one play. And we're going to go over this over and over again until we get what we want. And you rolled that to a state championship. It's the same way we got to be with our life. Yeah. We got to make sure, man, that when it comes down to picking up our kids and being at the events, bro, you can't just go make a schedule and then make everybody else adjust. You got to look at the big picture. Okay, can I go play this game? Right. Can I travel here at this time? What time of the year is this? Do my child have a play coming up, a dance or something? So we ain't got to make our personal kids suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to miss some things. That's natural. But, man, when you sit down and look at your schedule and your workouts and all that stuff there, man, we gotta treat our family the same way we treated it as coaching this doggone sport.
Yeah. Does that do align with your wife's schedule? Because she has a job and a career too. And and you have multiple kids, and does it align with all that? And no one thinks about that. Go on your schedule. We want to. Hey, look, man. Hold up, man. Yep. You know what I mean? let me keep some stuff open just in case, because we don't
Right.
know yet. I know some people want to have it schedule done before. I mean, it's almost April, and it's April and middle of March, end of March. They got their schedule done
Yeah.
for next year. I said, man, that's
Yeah.
impossible. Because you just don't know. Like, it's impossible. But I said, man, God, dog, take a break.
Man, I'm
But
telling you, man, it's something that, like I said, this platform and the conversations that we have, and yeah, sometimes we just talk basketball. That's cool, ain't no issue. But man, I'm really out to want to really get our coaches to maximize, because man, I want to make sure that we keeping our families together as much as possible. I want to make sure that we're enjoying our career. People forget, man, we do this because it's fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we have these issues and people want to have these parent meetings and all this stuff, like, man, we here to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a
yeah,
game uh that we
look, man,
love.
yeah.
Like, do people really think we out here trying to lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it's crazy, man. The stuff that we see in our profession, and that's why
Yeah.
it's important that we keep it close to
Nobody wants
home
to win.
with our parenting, with our if we husbands, if we have that situation, man, we got to dictate what success is. Like, man, right now, man, you have a unique blueprint. And and what's funny is, remember I told you, I said, Bossier, the program is turning into yours. And the post that you had today, like, people don't understand when we get those kind of messages, man. And when people say, man, we think this kid will be good in your space. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm not big on social media with talking about the program. I'll put the accolades, I'll put the scores and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I think I'm gonna have to evolve a little bit, Jay. I'm telling you, it is taking
Well,
me outside my comfort zone. I'm gonna have to. My principal's telling me today, we want to highlight positives as much as we can. Anything positive that's going on, which is what you do. You make sure every good thing that you can talk about, you're gonna talk about it. And that's good pub. You know what I'm saying? Because
well, man, look, when you look on the news, that's all you see is negativity.
yeah,
It gets draining. And I'm like, man, what about the kids, or what's going on positive at your school or your program or anything? Don't they need to get more attention? You
yeah,
don't think they need more attention and more encouraging?
yeah,
And sometimes with social media now, and I might be going too far sometimes, but I don't even care. I just want to let you in our world for a little bit. I let you take a
yeah,
peek into our world
yeah,
for just a little
yeah,
bit, so you
yeah,
can see, or whatever you think may be going on, or what you think is not going on. This is real life. This ain't no made up fiction, imagination story. This is stuff that really goes on.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
and when I'm out there working, doing my yards, I have a time to all this stuff go through your head, and you start getting calls about certain. Oh, what about? Hey, man, you don't even know you know. I don't feel like going in details with you, but I'm gonna tell you about such and such, because it ain't about the sport at this point. It's about the kid well-being. Oh, why did
Yeah,
y'all do that? What is it about this kid's future? Why y'all didn't
yeah,
give him another chance? Well, we're looking for the long haul. This right here might save his life by kicking him off the team, and you don't even realize it.
yeah.
You know,
I've
so
had
so
that.
so yeah, you won't go see it today because you don't see it now. But
Yeah,
later on down the line, you'll say, Coach, you might say, "Man, the best thing that happened to me was me getting kicked off the team, or you doing this to me." In my situation, I think maybe the best thing that maybe happened to me is me going through a divorce. You know what I'm
you
saying?
learn
Like,
something.
yeah, man, you got to take that. You take that, you turn that into a positive. You turn that negative into a positive. I always try to look at the good in something, even if it's the worst situation that can happen. It's a little bit of good in there somewhere. You can highlight that. We can go from there. And that was just something I just thought that was the right thing to do. And sometimes I
Yeah,
might be wrong, and because I don't know, I don't know. But that's when you gotta have that faith in you. You just going off faith, man. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do it like this, man.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I'll ask for forgiveness later. But yeah, if we
Yeah,
did something wrong. But that's just what the world. That's like you said. We is you've been in the game for a while, and it just
Mm.
wasn't like that when you was coming. Like, it just, when social media wasn't a thing,
Yeah.
and you didn't put your your dirty laundry out or whatever. It ain't not dirty laundry. You didn't put it out. So,
Right.
but this social media era kind of gotta jump on that. You gotta jump on it a little bit, jump on the train and ride it a little bit. But
Got to.
you can have it in your way, like this. Like we doing now.
Yeah.
10 years ago, it wasn't a platform to talk about
Nope.
anything. And what you had. We can really talk about anything we want to,
Yeah.
and get this to the masses.
Yeah.
And so if you're not using these tools, these are really gifts. This is something from, I'm going too deep. This is gifts from God.
Yeah.
I can get.
Yeah. You ain't going too deep. That's good. That's good. That's good.
We can now, instead of just talking to my friends on the telephone, we can reach out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, and you don't know, it might be somebody somewhere that you never met watching the show and be like, man, Coach, man, you inspired me to do X, Y, and Z. You inspired me to do this.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Coach, you talked about family, man. I never thought about that, man, balancing my schedule with my family. I just always thought my family just need to know what I'm doing and they just adjust to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very helpful. And it's
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about.
It is, man.
We in this
You
thing together.
absolutely.
We're staying together. Cool.
Absolutely. I
Y'all-
appreciate you for us having this opportunity for us to talk, man, because it's like, like I said, we just talk about things that we don't think about. It's just stuff that, as coaches, man, we it's just amazing when we let other people dictate what success looked like for us. Then that's where the stress comes from. It's got to be you gotta line up. You got to have that vision for your life. You got to have that mission. You got to have that stuff outlined, and then you try to figure out and you talk like Coach Charles Smith at Peabody. This man is in the Naismith Hall of Fame in basketball, right there from Alexandria, Louisiana. That man been doing this over 40 years, and he still looked like he looked better than us.
Yeah, he's been doing something that we need to figure out what he's been doing.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
You know what I mean?
You got to, man, because it's built. Like, if you're gonna play basketball in Alexandria, Louisiana, at a high level, you going to Peabody. But guess what, though, Jay?
Yep.
Right now, even though Bossier's had different coaches over the last few years, the standard is there. When they come, that's what they're gonna do. So for you, I think it's a good thing from a standpoint for you. That ain't got to stress you out. Now the pressure's a privilege. You say that pressure's a privilege, but it doesn't have to something be that stressful for you, because you know the expectation that you set and what you want, walking in the legacy of Bossier High. But that ain't got to stress you out. You don't do it the way you do it. I'm going to pick up my son and my daughter. I'm gonna be at their events. Hey fellas, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all. You let the assistant coaches do some stuff with them. You got your map made out on what it's gonna look like, so that you continue winning at work and at home. You know what I'm saying? That's being intentional, because me and you always see each other at Cope games. Your daughter dance, and then my son is involved. He's in the band, but he wants to be there. But we always see each other. Almost every home game, we see each other there. We'll sit down and chop it up for a little while. We are there. You know what I'm saying? Now we want to play football now. So that means whatever that schedule is, however that looks, which I don't know yet. I think middle school play on Tuesdays here in the preseason. So that be on Tuesdays. I don't care what. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Be there. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that is winning. That is winning, man. And I think it's just something that we are saying out loud. We're saying this out loud.
And not only is you winning it, man, those kids, man. I said today, you're a role model. Whether we want to be one or not, I don't understand why you don't want to be a role model. You're in this position, feel but they see.
There you go.
That model. Oh, that's what Coach do. This is what Coach do. I already know what Coach had. Coach had. He here, like, man. So when I be a father, I be a husband. I want to do it like
absolutely.
He did. That's a feeling right there. But, hey, man, Coach, I want to do it like you do it. And you're like, man, you try to, man, I ain't the perfect person. No, man.
Yeah.
You know, you doing it the right way,
Yeah.
bro. Like you doing it the way that people want to
Yeah.
do it. And that's, man, something about, like, man, I just listen to my daughter say stuff like, everybody know you,
Uh-huh.
whatever. And when somebody say, hey, man, that's your dad, oh, you got a good, hey, yo, you got a good
Yeah.
one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're like, that's a whole other level of joy.
Yeah.
Cause you don't want to, you're like, yeah. But you like, man, you start
Yeah.
clapping for yourself. You're like, man, I'm doing it
Yeah.
right. Even if that's some days when you feeling down or you feeling like you're not getting it right. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Now you
so
said something there. Now that's something. Let
I,
me tell you, that's something I did. I started back at Fair Park. Uh, like I said, man, I would intentionally talk to them about, hey
yeah,
guys, we're gonna shut it down, man. I need to go pick up my son. You know what I'm saying? Hey, me and
yeah,
my wife and I, man, we going to dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? And when I do that, tell,
yeah,
hey man, y'all go home. You know, make sure you hug your parents, man. Spend some time with your little brothers and sisters. You know, like you just all you're doing is just saying it. You know what I'm saying? And then and then
Mhm.
I'm going out and that's what I'm doing.
I'm actually
You
doing
know what
it.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And now, after
yeah.
20 years, I have guys that play for me who came from non-traditional homes. Like I always say this, I don't call them broken
Mm-hmm.
homes. I call them non-traditional. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And they are now married and got families. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys grew up rough,
Right.
man. And I can't help but to
Yeah.
believe that it was something that I said or something that I did or whatever over that time frame that encouraged them to go in that direction. Man, I'm winning, bro.
Right.
I'm
Right.
winning. I'm
This is how you win. Man, when a kid says they get into some hard time, everything goes wrong or something happened, this stuff tough. Man, what would Coach do? What would Coach Hamilton do in this situation?
wow. Indeed.
How would he handle that? And it's like, man, even the ones like, man, Miss Guerrero, Mateo's going through when our guys graduate. He's in basic training. And he sent me a letter. I haven't even got it
Hmm.
yet. He wrote me a
Okay.
letter. And he's coming from a traditional home. He's a minority in our group. We got number
Okay.
brothers. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? He's
then.
the only, he's the only white guy. And it's like the impact you make on those kids as well. You know what I mean? Because they I mean, he's getting it all from his mom and dad, but to get it from another person, I guess I'm saying another third party, but from someone who's different, that looks different, that talks different, but has the same qualities about himself and same integrity and character. You know what I mean? And you know, that speaks volumes too. I was like, man, I'm gonna tell y'all doing them basic training thing about writing me a letter. Shit, I be trying to survive, man. I'm like, what you want me a letter for?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But yeah, man, I'm like, man, that's
Yeah.
cool. And we just got to do that, man. That's just our responsibility,
Yeah.
whether you want to do it or not.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's just like, man, and that's just, man, that's success.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm
You just
glad.
want to be successful,
I'm
man.
glad you're able to say that because you and I, we even have a diverse conversation. From a standpoint of, like I said, I've been married 23 years. You were married for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
and things didn't work out. But you say y'all have a great relationship when it comes down to co-parenting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't know if you're dating anybody else at the thing right now, but but our conversation gets to be have a good balance to it because you got two people here who have you've had to been able to get to the pinnacle of winning a state championship. Me, I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten close, been around, but we both can sleep well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing
Right.
that, bro, we doing it the way we do it. You know what I'm saying? We're not biting off of nobody else. We're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not uh bending or breaking anything, man. We're trying to do this thing clean and right, and you can sleep good, man. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep real good,
Man,
man.
look,
And
and man, I'm telling you, my ex, it's crazy. She comes to more games now than she have
yeah,
ever. it's a little different because you're like, man, what it's
Yeah.
different, and you just like, man, what's going on? But you just let it go, let it flow. Because those years we were married, I was just starting to maybe if I'd have been in the game, you know, coaching and doing what I'm doing at that
Uh-huh.
time, who knows?
Yeah.
But she comes to the game. I
Yeah.
have a girlfriend
Yeah.
now, and she's at the game, and and at one time I had to ask myself, like, man, what are you doing? I don't know, man. I don't know. But my son is serious about the game. I
Yeah.
guess that's why
Yeah.
he's active in basketball now. And she's cheering, and I'm like, man, what's wrong?
I've
I don't know,
seen her
man.
more now. I've seen her more now than I did when y'all were married. I
When we
barely
were
knew who
married,
she was.
everybody said, man, I said, and I don't even know why, but I just be like, hey, look, thank you for supporting. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I'm not even, I mean, when she was played Calvary, man, and I'm like, it's a away game. It's at
Uh-huh.
Calvary. I'm gonna make it to that game. I'm like, you don't come to the away game, but anyway. But I mean, everything lines up when you're doing it a certain way. I
Yeah.
think it all lines
Yeah.
up, and that example to show, and I do it, bro. I say, that's Gabe's mom, and this is, and they go, what you got them in the same place? I'm like, man, it's not like that, brother.
They ready to call you Pimp JC. Pimp
Yeah,
JC.
Coach, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You can get, man. When you I said, man, when you trying to live honest, man, you can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That is true, bro.
When you're not honest,
Much respect.
you gotta
To
say,
that.
oh, you can't come to this game because such.
Yeah.
And I said, you just gotta be honest, man.
Yeah.
And that can happen. So our people are so used to seeing dishonesty.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't. Y'all used to talk. Y'all still got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, that's in the past.
Yeah.
But we raise our kids together. We're gonna always have to be some way attached to each other just based off the kids.
Yeah.
But it don't mean you ain't gotta have nothing extra going on.
Yeah.
But that's another model I can say. It's like, look, man, this can happen if it doesn't work out. You still have to keep this relationship on the up and up, because a lot of our kids, it's just weird to me that you can have a child by a girl, a lady, a woman, and if y'all not together no more, you hate each other.
Yeah.
I just don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, that ain't the way to do it. And we so used to that our guys think that's normal. And I'm just like, man, that's not normal, man. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Man, my mama hate
You
my
right.
dad.
It's
My
not
mama hate my daddy.
not normal, but it's your normal, and it's that
Is there
somebody's
normal?
watching,
Yeah.
somebody looking at that and
Yeah.
see, and it encourages them in their situation. I mean, like I guess I'll ask this question too as well. So now you were in Bosier's program as an assistant, okay? Maybe had a lot of success as an assistant coach, and then like I said, you transition. What has shifted in your definition of success, with you going from, and I want you to think about going from assistant to head, and then also, like you said, divorce, married to divorce.
Yeah.
Like, what shifted in your definition of success, when you have done all of the things that you've done and seen. What do you see differently now? If you were to share that with somebody, what shifted? Like, what changed in how you define success with everything you see with your dynamics with your family, and and at the school with the guys?
Well, successful. When we say winning in life, I'm not trying to say I got this, I got that, or material. It's not material. It's more of being able to have my kids at the
Okay.
games now, and their mom at the
Okay.
game, and my girlfriend now at the
Mm-hmm.
game, and everybody is happy, go lucky. They're speaking, they're talking, they're getting
Yeah.
along, and my kids are understanding. My guys I coach are understanding. The administration is understanding. Everybody's like, okay, it's love. It's more love. No drama. None of this. I ain't got the urgency to go do this or do that, man. So, and I think if you have in order to have success on the outside, you got to have it inside, like your heart. Like you got to be pure. You got to be good. Like you got to be okay. Like if you're hurting, you're gonna hurt other people.
Okay.
Hurt people.
Hurt people. Yeah.
And if you're okay with what you're doing as a person, as a human being, that's half of the battle right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know. When you're frustrated with life,
yeah,
you're gonna take it out on somebody. It's either gonna be your own kids or your team or people
and
around
I've done it. I've done
it. And and it takes, and I've seen it happen professionally in people, and and they had to get out of the business, because same person just upset with whatever's going on in life, man. You bring it to work, you bring it to your job, and it doesn't work. But what I see, the difference, man, is, man, as an assistant, you don't have that much responsibility.
Okay.
Man. Everybody ain't watching the assistant coach, man.
Even though some assistants think they are. Some more think they should.
I've never had to answer some questions I'm answering now as an assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so you have to say, hey, man, I'm on a bigger scale as far as eyes on me. I got all eyes on me. And I embrace that. So it's like now I can feel like you can have a camera around me and I'm not going to be put that up. Put that up.
Yeah.
This is who I am. This is what I do. What I'm preaching about is what I really do. That's how I live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't telling you no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do I have fun? Do I do? Yes.
Yeah.
This is how I live.
Yeah.
Man. And I think that just helped with success, man. And able to go through some trials, because we have trials throughout the season. With, man, I mean, we had stuff, man. Kids get in trouble, have a losing record. You might get a couple. I'm just being honest, man. We had people failing drug tests, all types of stuff, man. I'm just being honest, man. And, I'm able to cope with that because I have dealt with that in my personal life with things. So, and and you overcome that. And I publicly said it. I didn't say what happened, but I publicly let people know in the world. Like, I'm saying names now. I'm about to be real. Man, Jimmy Watson putting y'all out there. I said, man, posting stories about. I mean, I said it's not a lie. I mean, we got some guys that got us in trouble.
Oh man! Oh my God!
So it's okay. But we gonna handle it. We gonna handle it. We gonna deal with it. We gonna work through it. We gonna overcome it. So you get to see that part of it. The people forget about the beginning of the year. And the story, our guys was we missing 4 guys for conduct incident. That was disrupting the team or whatever. And then we started off slow. All that stuff, man. And I like to let people in the world a little bit so they can see a little bit. They get a little peek of it, but they don't know everything. They gotta know everything. And we was able to overcome it. We didn't win a championship, but we was able to make a good run. And we just stayed the course. Man, what happened? We stayed the course, man. We stayed the course. Our guys never quit. Our guys showed up every day. They never started turning against each other. Kept it positive. And it just, man, you stick together. And they was able to see it. Because they didn't believe it at first. I'm telling you, stay the course, guys, stay the course. I hear you, coach. I hear you. But man, we losing right now, baby.
And, I mean, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. So let me throw this in here. And of course, we both church going guys. And this is one of the things that this era that we live in now with mental health and behavior interventionists and all these different things, counseling, all those things are good things. But of course, things can be misdiagnosed and stuff can be overused as well. to enable it. Man, here go one for you right here.
Mm-hmm.
As coaches, when you hear people say protect your peace, man, being a coach, it ain't peaceful. Okay,
It's so peaceful.
but so let me
Yeah.
so being a coach is not peaceful. But this is what you got to think about. Okay, so Jesus, remember they was in the boat, storm was going. Everybody there like, how is this
Yeah.
dude down here asleep and we all about to die? See that right there, that right there. When it
Yeah.
looked chaotic to everybody else, see coaches for us, we got to be peaceful
Mm-hmm.
when it ain't peaceful.
Yeah.
We got to be full
Yeah.
of peace when it ain't. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and as coaches, that comes from having our foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we set the foundation on what success look like, what our process looks like. You see what I'm saying? How we're going to
Mm-hmm.
conduct business with our program, like getting everybody on the
Mm-hmm.
same page, all those different things. And so now it's not protecting my peace. I get rid of stuff to protect my peace. No, I got to be full of peace
Oh,
when it's not peaceful. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Right.
what you was able to overcome
Yeah.
this year when it was chaotic. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like you said, when I was able, I came to a practice and I was like, I said, bruh, it's like, I said, man, this don't feel like
Yeah.
Bossier. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you made some tough decisions in the middle of the season, and then you messed around and you won one, and then you won two,
Mm-hmm.
and then you won five. You know what I'm saying? And you won. But the thing
Right.
about it was is that is you stopped and you had a moment. You allowed me to be a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to say something to you that really you could have been like, who he think he is? He ain't won no state championship. How he gonna say that to me? You said you didn't do that. You looked at the fact that
Right.
you know what I
Right.
stand for, and as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
watching you win is a beautiful thing. You see what I'm saying? And so, in order for you to continue that, knowing that man, he can do this again, you let me say something to you, and it helped you to find peace in the middle of the chaos and make decisions that need to be made. And everybody don't do that, man. Sometimes people go out of us and they just say, I can't wait till this season over with. I've been
Mm-hmm.
around that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't wait till this season over with. I've been around people like,
Mm-hmm.
man, we're just gonna start playing the young guys, man, and get ready for next year. Are you crazy?
I heard that.
No,
I was told that.
no.
Hey,
I
coach,
need
you
to
gotta
be
get ready for
full.
next year,
I need to be
man.
full of peace when it's not peaceful. Man,
Yeah.
bruh,
Yeah.
bruh,
Yeah. Hey,
man,
yeah. You don't stop it in the middle of the destination. You keep going.
bruh. You know what I'm saying? And so with that as coaches, man, we gotta make sure we are full of peace when it's
Yeah.
not peaceful.
But
We
see,
gotta do that.
that's when you know it's a calling. Some people are chosen. Everybody
Ah,
ain't called. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's how it is on it when you're a pastor. A lot of people get on
mhm,
that. Everybody ain't called to be there.
yeah,
So when you're
yeah,
called and you know that's your calling, your purpose, you like I've been here before. Like, I've been
yeah.
like when we was having a hard time, like I've been here before. So,
Ah, been here before.
we gonna make it through. I've seen it. When we did win the state championship, it's almost similar. We was 10-9. And I don't care what nobody tell me. No one said, "Hey man, that team right there is a state championship team." You know how you have teams
Uh-huh.
that
Hmm.
you say, "Hey man, that's the team right there got a chance." No one was saying that about this group,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they end up going 14-1, and we end up going 24-10 and winning the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
We were 6 and
bro.
10 this year. I think we end up going 17-1 and
Hmm.
losing the championship. So,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but we've been here before.
Been here
So
before.
we don't get caught up in the people that's talking because everybody talks and everybody listens, but they're not here. They're not here, man. So they don't know, and
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah,
When you don't know, you just don't know.
yeah,
So now
yeah,
you got to
yeah,
show them.
yeah.
But man,
Absolutely, man.
when you call to something and you're like, man, I'm in this position because I'm the person that can overcome. I'm
Yeah,
chose to do this. God
yeah,
chose me. He chose
yeah,
you for
yeah,
whatever reason to go to advance.
yeah,
He chose you for
yeah,
whatever assignment he wanted you to do.
yeah.
And because we always talk like, man, I was trying to go here. Why evangel? We don't know, man, but it's gonna, this was
bruh,
our we're supposed to go.
bruh.
So
So now that you saying it, and before we close out, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. So of course, I'm going to win. I'm going
oh
to,
yeah.
that's we going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a part of my life that I've run from and I've
Mm-hmm.
tried to avoid. Now
Mm-hmm.
everybody know I'm a licensed minister. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Mm-hmm.
run around calling myself, I'm minister such and such. Y'all know I don't do
Right,
that.
right, right.
But at that school, it is a Christian academy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be teaching a doctrine class. And
Yeah.
so, man, so I'm going to be teaching the word every day.
You already in.
Something,
You been in
something
the
I've been like, I have literally my whole life run from that responsibility. And
mm-hmm.
here it is, I don't run right into it. But the last 20 years of my career has been preparation for this.
It ain't by
For this.
chance. It ain't by chance.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was trying to go work over here, trying to go work over there, and depending on who you're talking to, people like, oh man, they hating and oh, they won't give you a chance, blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, people pick up the phone and call Pastor
Mm-hmm.
Duron. He told me he received multiple phone calls about
People
me.
probably wouldn't even thought they said, well, I didn't even think that person would even, you know what I mean, call on my behalf. I don't
So
even
here
know
it
that
is.
person like that. I don't even know these people like that, man.
I mean, look
You
at
know,
you. Hey, look, Justin, look at you. Look at what Mr. Thrash, his vote of confidence in you. When it went from Williams to Bohannon to you. Mr. Thrash knew that it had to be somebody inside of Bossier that knows You can't bring anybody in Bossier.
I'm gonna give you
You
one
can't.
better. It was Nick Bohannon.
See?
He said, I'm gonna make sure you got all your stuff together before I even think about doing anything.
See that?
This your job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and I'm gonna tell you like this. Tomorrow will be the day the Thrash made the announcement.
It's been what? How long has it been now? Is it 4 years?
It was 3 years ago. It's gonna be it's gonna be a memory because I had a memory on my phone
Yeah.
today, like a
Yeah.
statement about it.
Yeah.
That's I think it was on the 22nd. So this going on my 43 years ago, and we was supposed to
Wow.
keep it low, but I just was like,
Wow.
man, and just for people believing in you and having that they see whatever they see in you, and you don't even really see it. I
Yeah.
you like, man,
Yeah.
I ain't even thought about that. So I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
try to prove, you want to prove people right.
Yeah.
I want to think that I ain't really worried about proving nobody wrong.
Yeah.
Man, if you believing in me,
Yeah.
man, I gotta do what I gotta do. And I gotta do X, Y, and Z. But and that's a calling, man. That's kind of what my message was today on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was delivering packages. I was working, but I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to be no basketball coach nowhere. That wasn't even in my
Yeah.
future. Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, that's why it's a real thing, man. I ain't saying but I just know that if you person that don't believe in the man above and the power he got, that's on you. But I know what I know.
Hey, bro,
This
you
stuff
know
be in
what you
mind.
know.
Yeah, man. I just look at things that happen in the world, and I'm like,
Yeah.
if you don't believe in the God, in the man above that, in God, then it's, hey, I'm sorry for you, but we're gonna
That's
keep on
good,
moving.
man.
You know,
That's cool. That's cool.
but
Well,
it's
look,
just
man,
like it's something, bro. It's something that it got to be tapped in. We have to discuss that. You can try to take it out or whatever. You can't say, man, forget all that. Yeah, it's gonna get. We're gonna have those talks.
yeah.
How good God is. Look how God
Yeah.
works. If they
Yeah.
don't want us to say it, then they just don't like us saying it. But
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's that stuff be powerful, man. And
Yeah.
that's success, man. You can
Yeah.
sleep at night. You have peace.
Yeah.
Uh, you you know you're going you and you know when you're not doing right. You know it, man. Like you know it. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know it. And
Yeah.
So that's what success look like, man.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's gonna
cool.
show. Nobody's gonna
That's
have to
cool.
ask. It's gonna
Yeah.
show. What did my daddy told me? A tree that bears oranges can't bear peaches.
That's how much more simple do you get than that?
You know,
You don't get no more. You don't get no more simple than
peach
that,
off
man.
apple tree, man. So
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't get no more simple than that, man. I like that. That's pretty cool,
yeah.
man. But look, man, we've been on here and it's been a great conversation. You and I definitely appreciate you taking the time out, just to have these conversations, man, to chop it up, man. I learn a lot in our conversations. You might not think it, but I do. Because it's a give and take. I'm always looking to learn. I always want to learn, man. And like I said, I appreciate you for being willing to step into, just, these different areas outside of just talking about sports. Even though you and I, we do that, but it's still, I mean, people, when they see us coaches, man, they really, it's just so funny because it feel like people sometimes they think that's all we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I done walked away from a lot of conversations, be like, all right, man, good to see you, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
You ain't Eddie no more. You coach.
you're right.
Man, I'm Eddie, man. I'll give my first name.
Yeah, so man, but yeah, man. So as we close out for the night, like I said, I want to thank the watchers and listeners for tuning in. I always want to do that, and I always want to do our little plug. Like and subscribe to the YouTube page, share it out if you think it's good content. We appreciate it, and we're gonna keep this thing going as long as we can. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep trying to evolve, and we look forward to seeing y'all on next Monday, 8 o'clock Central, right here on YouTube. Like I said, share it out, man, and hopefully it's a blessing to you. And looking forward to keep going. So we're gonna close out with a word from my sponsor. And man, we appreciate y'all. And coach, you just go to the backstage. I'm gonna hit you up right here in a second. All right, don't go nowhere.
Okay.
Hey, coach. Yes, you. First, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Before you go, don't forget, everything you need to lead well and last long is waiting for you at my website, eddiejhamilton.com/shop. Devotionals, digital workbooks, tools to build culture, and real strategies to help you navigate coaching, family, and faith. It's all there. So do me a favor, coach. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this with a coach who's ready to lead with purpose. We're in this together. Let's build something that lasts. Hopefully, I'll see you at the next show coming soon. So stay tuned. Have a great day, coach.